Welcome to Orange Coast Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Joel Ibanez, and I am your worship associate today. I am joined by Beth Syverson, our Director of Music Ministries, in welcoming you this morning. Our minister, Reverend Sean Wilshire, is not leading the service today, but she has a special message for you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Orange Coast Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm Reverend Sean Wilshire, and I proudly serve this wonderful, beloved community. And while I am not in the pulpit this Sunday, I actually am online. I'm not there or there, one of those places, watching and hanging out with our Zoomers this Sunday. So we have a wonder-filled service for you today, and it's wonder-filled because it's led by our wonderful, very own Donna McCartney, who I don't believe is actually related to Paul McCartney, but we know she is a rock star, and I hope you will all see that too. I've been so impressed with her. She's been a very long time UU, but is somewhat new to our church, so this is a great way for you also to get to know her as she talks about wonder and our wonderful world. So enjoy today's service. If you're new here, welcome. We're so glad you came, and you get to have a special treat with Donna today. Have a great service.
Okay, as Reverend Sean said, this morning we're delighted to have one of our own members leading the service, Donna McCartney, who joined our church just last year. She discovered that she was a UU 7 years ago when she retired from teaching and moved from Pennsylvania to California to be closer to her 12-year-old granddaughters and son who live here in Costa Mesa. In her spare time, she likes to play pickleball and do extreme sports like skydiving. We'd also like to recognize the many volunteers that helped to put this service together today. And we also respectfully recognize that our church property rests on Ahachimen and Tongva land. As Unitarian Universalists, we have many different beliefs, but we are one loving community. We are bound together not by a common set of rules or beliefs, but rather a covenant. A covenant is simply a promise that whatever our beliefs, we accept one another and encourage each other in spiritual growth. We affirm that all life has inherent value and that all existence is interconnected. We strive for justice, compassion in our deeds and relationships, and we are committed to creating a welcoming community without regard to the traits that sometimes divide people. To our roomers, we invite you to silence your cell phones, and for our Zoomers, we invite you to say hello in the chat. I want to extend a special welcome to visitors. If you are seeking a spiritual home, we hope that you will find it here. Later in the service, we will have an opportunity for you to introduce yourself if you'd like to do so. Okay. And now, I'll go ahead. Please join me before we begin our service in the lighting of our chalice, as we say our unison affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. To dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another, this we affirm together.
Good morning. If you were here for the prelude, you heard some lovely classical music with Amelia, our oboist. And so we're going to continue that classical mode this morning with one of our hymns is a tune by Beethoven, and later on you'll hear one by Brahms, but with contemporary words. So please rise in body or spirit and join me on our opening song.
God, we Good morning, OCUUC. I am delighted to be with you here this morning. Our worship theme for December is wonder. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India and the one who led Indians to independence from the British, said, "We live in a wonderful world that is full of beauty, charm, and adventure. There's no end to the adventures that we can have if only we seek them with our eyes open." Today we're going to talk about what a wonderful world it is. What you say? A wonderful world? Are you blind? Can't you see the awful things happening in the world? The injustice, the ruining of planet Earth, corporate greed run amok, democracy unraveling, too many people talking with angry voices at each other rather than listen to each other. It's not a wonderful world. Well, let's take a step back. Let's focus on what's right in the world and not what's wrong in the world. Let's look at the world with a child's eyes. Let's look at the world with wonder. The Oxford Dictionary defines wonder as a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, or inexplicable. That is how a newborn views the world, with wonder. He's fascinated by this strange and wondrous thing he can move around that we call a hand. A young girl looks at a butterfly resting on a flower with a look of awe in her eyes. What is this amazing thing, she thinks. She tries to touch it, and it flies away. She looks at you, and her smile says, "Yes, indeed, it is a wonderful world." It all depends on how we look at it. Well, how did Louis Armstrong look at it? Please sit back and relax and take in Louis Armstrong's vision of "It's a Wonderful World."
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry. Watch them grow, they'll learn much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself,
Okay, now I'd like to invite our Director of Religious Education, Karen Magoon Pearson, up to share our story for Time for All Ages.
Morning. All right, our story this morning is I Wonder by Annika Harris. Ava loves to look for the moon. It follows her from place to place, disappearing behind trees and mountains and appearing again somewhere new. Look, Mama, there it is. The moon looks so beautiful in the sky. How do you think it follows us, Ava? Ava thinks about it, but she just can't figure it out. It's okay to say, I don't know, says her mama. When we don't know something, we get to wonder about it. I wonder if the earth and the moon are friends, says Ava. Her mother smiles. I like that idea. But Mama, how does the moon really stay close to us? There's an invisible force called gravity that pulls all the things in the universe together, Ava's mother explains. Gravity keeps the moon close to the earth, and it keeps the planet close to the sun, too. They circle around like this. Ava understands a little better, but then she starts to wonder. Mama, where does gravity come from? I don't know, Ava. Nobody really knows for sure. And when no one knows the answer for something, it's called a mystery. A mystery is something for everyone to wonder about together. How fun. Ava imagines herself wondering about gravity together with all the people in the world. Ava watches the moon disappear behind the clouds as she walks, excited to see where it will appear next. How many grains of sand are there in the whole world, Mama? I wonder about that too. There are trillions and trillions of grains of sand, but nobody knows exactly how many. Ava tries to think about all the sand in the whole world. It feels so big that I can't fit it all in my imagination. It makes me feel dizzy, like I'm falling. I know what you mean, her mother agrees, and I'm sure other people feel that way too. Ava walks down another path, looking for the moon, and a little orange butterfly appears. Then she notices there are butterflies everywhere. Mama, where did all of these butterflies come from? These butterflies have been flying around for a few days, but they started out as little caterpillars. And those caterpillars came from eggs. And those eggs came from other butterflies. There are cycles all around us, with one thing ending and another beginning. Things are always changing. Can you think of other things that change? Clouds and frogs and me. Later, Ava wonders, Mama, what was here before all the butterflies and frogs and clouds? Before everything? I don't know, answers her mother. It's another mystery. I like trying to imagine what was here before the beginning of everything. What do you think was here? And Ava says, smiling, I don't know. She thinks about it for a long time, and then she has an idea. I wonder if there were feelings. As she walks home, Ava sees the moon again, shining brightly above the roof of her house. Let's go inside and look for the moon through the window. We live with some big mysteries. When we come upon one, we're given a little gift. Every mystery is something for all of us to wonder about together. What do you wonder about? right. I'm going to light our children's chalice, and then we're going to sing the children and their teachers out to our religious education classes.
Our reading today is based on the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Davin Hiskey writes that it's based on a story called The Christmas Card, a short story by Philip Van Doren Stern that was written in 1943. It was originally sent out to around 200 of Stern's friends and family in December of 1943. So let's think about that for a minute. That was a pretty dark time. That was in the middle of World War II. So Stern's short story is called The Greatest Gift, and it was inspired by a dream that Stern had in the 1930s. Stern, already an accomplished author at this point, then proceeded to write the 4,000-word short story about a man named George who was going to commit suicide by jumping off a bridge, but was stopped when someone happened by and struck up a conversation with him. The mysterious person eventually learns that George wishes he'd never been born and grants George his wish. George soon discovers that no one he knows recognizes him and that many of the people he had known were worse off in their lives because he had never existed. Most prominent among these was his little brother, who had drowned because he had not been there to save him. George eventually gets the stranger to change everything back to the way it was and is now glad to be alive. Isn't it amazing the change of perspective one can have and one can view the world from? The movie takes us from sorrow and darkness to an appreciation that it is indeed a wonderful life. For those who know me, I love to meditate. I find it helps me focus on the wonder of this life experience instead of the negative that is too often right in front of our faces. If you would like to join me in meditation, sit up straight as you relax in your chair, shoulders back, feet flat on the floor, hands and arms relaxed. As we meditate this morning, I want you to ponder what makes your life wonderful. Later, we'll bring the microphone around to give you a chance to share your thought with us if you are so moved. Right now, if you want to join us, close your eyes. Slowly take in a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure you allow all the air to leave your lungs. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Follow the movement of your breath. Let's meditate and consider what makes my life wonderful. Come back to the here and now and open your eyes when you are ready.
Earth is our homeland, a song of grace, grace, wrought of the ages and opals spread in space.
A female American spiritual teacher from the first half of the 1900s, Peace Pilgrim, says, "Looking through the eyes of the divine nature, you see the essence within the manifestation, the creator within the creation. And it's a wonderful, wonderful world." Some of us can envision this wonderful, wonderful world during the holiday season. December has plenty of holidays. If you look at our slides, you can see some of them, but that's not all of them. There's plenty more. Well, this past Thursday was Rohatsu, or Bodhi Day, a day that Buddhists celebrate when the Buddha decided to sit under the Bodhi tree until he reached spiritual enlightenment. Hanukkah, the 8-day Jewish festival of lights, begins next Sunday. Winter solstice, a Wicca neo-pagan celebration, is on December 21st. Christmas, a Christian holiday celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, is on Sunday, December 25th. The day after that, on the 26th, Zoroastrianism, a monotheistic religion and one of the world's oldest organized faiths, celebrates the Iranian prophet Zoroaster. Also on December the 26th, the week that Kwanzaa begins. It's a holiday celebrated by some with African heritage. All of these holidays and celebrations can help brighten people's moods and help them experience wonder and joy during the holiday season. Earlier during our meditation, I asked you to consider what makes your world wonderful. We're going to bring around the microphone, and if you would like to describe one thing in your life that's wonderful, raise your hand, and we will come to you. So please make it short and sweet. This is not the time for opinions or long speeches. Just a sharing of what is wonderful in your world, if you care to do so. And if you're a Zoomer, please write something in the chat box if you'd like to share, and we will read those later on after we talk to the roomers first. Okay, roomers, who would like to go first? When you stand, if you can say your name and then something you find wonderful. Okay, so thanks, Joel.
Yes, good morning. I'm Glenn Highland. This morning I got to watch two Labrador puppies that are 11 weeks old see their first rain. And it was really amazing because they had two completely different reactions. The boy Labrador charged into my yard and was acting like nothing was happening. And the little girl Piper came up to me and says, "Can you hold me?" It was truly, I mean, to watch something new through their eyes.
Yes, isn't it great? Children and animals have reactions that are just filled with wonder sometimes, and sometimes not, but I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that experience. Okay, who else would like to go?
What is wonderful in my life, particularly right now, is my family, and especially my wife, Sarah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I'm Craig Preston. I'm part of the meditation group too early, and so I appreciated the meditation to come into my body and just to relax. So immediately I felt grateful for warmth and clothes, and I found this scarf yesterday in my garage, and I was so grateful just to have something like this and a safe place to live, a home that just grateful for our government system that attempts to keep us safe and functioning in our democracy. So.
All right, thank you so much for sharing, Craig.
I am thankful, and I can't even speak. It causes wonder for me every day that I have such a lovely son and a lovely husband, and I live in a lovely place, and I'm surrounded by lovely people, and it's just all great.
Okay, anyone else want to share?
Music.
Short and sweet. Well, you win the award.
Morning, I'm Craig Sperry, and we had our 5-year-old grandson stay with us last night, and that, to us, it's such joy. It's such a simple thing, but it's just awesome that we're sharing this with our kids, and it just brings us so much joy. It's such a simple thing, but it helps you focus on what's important. So that's our joy.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Simplest things are often the best, aren't they? Yeah.
I just spent last week up at the Benneville Pines on a solo retreat in nature, and that was wonderful.
Just wanted to share my joy and my happiness of this amazing community effort that we've been having here with the Ukrainian shelter. And these people, 22 people we've been able to truly help, 8 children. Some of them have left already and are renting successfully, and most are still with us. Since August we've been helping, and the help is tremendous. And I just want you to know how wonderful you all are, because so many of you helped in so many different ways and continue helping us. So thank you so very much from these families. That little tiny unit number 4, 22 people, just incredible. Thank you.
And thank you, Tatiana, for all the wonderful work you're doing to bring this for us. Thank you.
I'm Marilyn Giss, and very thankful for family and friends near and far who offer me comfort and support and lots of love.
Thank you so much for sharing, Marilyn.
I'm Deborah Quam, and I'm thankful for evenings with Audrey and our 3 little puppies when we're all piled up under blankets watching TV together. Audrey won't let me watch anything with a murder in it anymore. So we watch Disney now. And we watched Chicken Little last night, and it was just delightful. So just little things like that are so wonderful.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I'm Karen Magoon Pearson, and the thing that's giving me the most awe lately is my little kids learning how to read.
Thank you, Karen, very much.
I'm Bertie Reed, and I'm thankful for my cat's purr.
Some sounds from animals are so loving for us, right, Bertie? Thanks for sharing.
Neustadt, and other than my wonderful husband, I'm thankful for the fact that I get to teach students about biology for a living. Looking at that film today with all those wonderful nature things, it's wonderful to get to explore nature for a job. So I'm thankful for that too.
Okay, thank you, Amelia. Do we miss anybody? Okay, it
I've
looks like
got
it's
one.
Oh, please, Joel.
The
come on
one
up here.
thing, it's interesting because what I love about what everyone has shared today, the first thing I thought is, what are the big things in my life? What are the things that truly, and it was all people and experiences in my life. And every one of you, just about every one of you, mentioned the people and experiences in your life. So it was like, wow, there's a consistency there. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joel. And you're going to pull up the chat for me, right? Yes. So now we're going to hear from our Zoomers if they have anything to share about what makes their life so wonderful. All right, do you want to do it or me too?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. All right. So this is from Melody D. No?
We'll scroll that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, there you go. And then we can scroll up here.
Technical difficulties. Hang in, folks.
All starting right there.
All right, thanks. All right, so looks like Reverend Sean, who's on Zoom. Hi, Reverend Sean. She says what makes her world wonderful is a loving congregation. Back at you. Paula P. says, Christmas trees. Marilyn Friend says, the world is wonderful because of my son, daughter, and all of my wonderful friends. Thanks, Marilyn. Laurie Klug, I don't know if I'm saying her name right or not, but Laurie says that the joy of time with friends and the joy of time alone. They're both important. So Gail DeFore says, yesterday I got together with longtime friends, and I'm filled with wonder at how special these long friendships are. Wow. Thanks, Gail. Melody D says, I love my neighbors and their sense of humor. You're right, the people theme is very big. Sarah Jones says, unconditional love of my many animals. Yes. Barbara Mohiro says, we are extremely grateful for loving family, friends, and neighbors. And Ralph Haller says, a breeze caressing the trees. Oh, that's a nice visual. And is that all we have, Joel? Okay. All right. Well, thank all of you for sharing, the roomers and the Zoomers. That made me feel kind of wonderful. So thank you. All right. So what's next?
All right. We're going to sing What a Wonderful World. I don't know if any of you were stifling it when we were listening to Louis Armstrong, but now we get to sing it ourselves. So please rise in body or spirit, and let's sing about all these things that you just mentioned. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Unitarian Universalist congregations are fully self-supporting, meaning that members and friends raise all funds for the operating budget, ministries, and programs of the church. We are ever grateful for your gifts of time, treasure, and talent. OCUUC amplifies that spirit of generosity by sharing half of the plate we receive with an organization that shares our values. This month, we are supporting Share Ourselves, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing personalized social services and health care for homeless and low-income households throughout Orange County. When I hear of this group, I'm reminded of the old maritime signal, SOS, used internationally to signal distress or need for action, often associated with phrases like save our ship or save our souls. The signal has been sent by those in need during this holiday season, but it's up to us to respond. So we appreciate your generosity. There are multiple ways in which you can support the church and this organization. You can mail a check, you can go through our website, or you can use an app called Vanco Mobile. The choice is yours. All the information is on our website should you need it. As always, again, thank you for your generosity.
Thank you, Amelia. And now we'll sing our offertory response. We remind us that we are putting our intentions into words and expressing our gratitude for the many gifts we share. We gather together, we gather as one, for peace, love, and justice for everyone. We give from our hearts to show that we care. We can change lives with what we share.
Okay, now is a time when we honor the important events in our lives, and you are invited, one and all, whether you're a member, a friend, or a visitor, to participate in our weekly ritual of joys and sorrows. So let's take a deep breath. Now, perhaps you come here today holding something close to your heart, moments from the last days or hours that have struck you at your core. If you'd like to honor such a profound or joy or sorrow, you are invited to do so. If you're a roomer, you're invited to come forward to light your candle. If you would like to share your joy or sorrow, you can write it on our slip of paper that was provided and hand it to me. If you are a Zoomer, you're invited to write your joy or sorrow in the chat. And once the roomers are done lighting candles, I'll read all the joys and sorrows shared out loud as Bertie Reed lights a candle for the Zoomers. As music is played, I invite you all to silently offer healing or celebration as you feel called and according to your own beliefs. All right. So, in the chat, we do have many things shared here. Linda Clout has a joy in our lives for our granddaughter Brittany, who's expecting her baby boy in the next day or two. Ooh. Matthew Patterson has a joy that finals week in Fullerton College is over. And a concern. I've been dealing with wild mood swings and panic attacks because I've been off my mood stabilizers for a few months now. No insurance means I've run out of my mental health meds, and it's starting to take its toll on my brain. Ralph Holler says, bravo, Donna and Amelia, for bringing me joy today. Ah, yes. Sarah Jones has joy for the truly lovely flowers that Sandy Martin arranged for today's service are for her to celebrate her birthday tomorrow. Also tomorrow is the 10th birthday of Celine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Celine Brandon, daughter of Carolina and Justin Brandon. Happy birthday. Reverend Sean has a candle of comfort to all those who are hurting and feeling alone. You are not alone. You are loved. Peggy Priver has says her newlywed son father-in-law suddenly died this past week. Please send sympathy thoughts to his family. And Ava and Cosme have a joy. I've never expected to be as moved to tears as I was by the newly composed opera, The Hours, that thanks to an auction event by Nancy we got to see yesterday via the Met live. And Matthew Patterson has another joy. Very glad for the rain. Okay, and here with us in our congregation today, to the roomers, we have Sarah Hunter, who is sharing a joy for the role I have in just celebrating 50 years of marriage. Here's to the next 50. There we go. Tatiana Hauser has a joy for a very generous donation from one of our congregants toward a fundraiser. Now a Ukrainian family will be able to own a car. Lily has a joy of getting to come to OCUUC for the first time. That's great. Fred Fenton has a joy of people standing in long lines to re-elect an outstanding senator in Georgia. All right. Okay, let us hold in love all the joys and celebrations and all the hurts and sadness, both spoken and silent. Let our joys remind us to be thankful, our concerns remind us to hope, and our sorrows remind us to connect. Let all these moments remind us that we are not alone. Please join Bertie Reed in a spirit of prayer and meditation.
Once again, I share with you the words from Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Love the earth and sun and the animals. Despise riches. Give alms to everyone that asks. Stand up for the stupid and the crazy. Devote your income and labor to others. Hate tyrants. Argue not concerning God. Have patience and indulgence toward the people. Take off your hat to nothing known or unknown, or to anyone or any number of people. Go freely with powerful, uneducated persons, and with young, and with the mothers of families. Re-examine all you have been told in school or church or in any book, and dismiss whatever insults your own great soul. Your very flesh shall be the great poem and have the richest fluency, not only in its words, but in the silent lines of the lips and face, and between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and joint of your body. Blessed be.
Okay. Let us join together as we extinguish the flame of our chalice and say together, "We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again." Thank you for joining us this morning. We are a congregation made up of people who all believe differently. And yet, when we gather together, we make up one loving community. We need not think alike to love alike. If you are a guest, a visitor, or someone who hasn't yet been known to us, I invite you to become part of this beloved community. We will be passing around a microphone so that you can introduce yourself with your name and where you're from. And for Zoomers, we will encourage you to write in the chat your name and where you are from so that we can welcome you. Do we have any visitors in the room today? No? Okay. Do we have any visitors online in the chat? I don't believe so. Okay. That's all right. If you'd like to know more about our church, including programming for our youth and children, please contact us at hello@OCUUC.org, and we will help you get connected. In addition, we invite you to sign up for our weekly email called The Blast at OCUUC.org. We want everyone to feel a part of this beloved community, so please reach out and we will help you get connected. After the benediction, we will have a short period where everyone can wave and say hello. Normally, we invite our Zoomers to stay online for a Zoom breakout session for about 20 minutes, but today we will be having a town hall meeting that we invite all our Zoomers to stay on the line for, and we'll begin about 10 or 15 minutes after the service. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, there will be a town hall meeting regarding the updates of the sanctuary that will begin about 10 to 15 minutes after the service. So we do invite both roomers and Zoomers to stay and join us. We also, after we end the service today, you may notice a giving tree here that will be placed here in front of the entryway. OCUUC is adopting a family from Share Ourselves this holiday season, but this giving tree will only be available today, before and after the town hall meeting. So, as the gifts and donations must be turned in by next Sunday. So please consider stopping by this giving tree and just talk with Judith Stamper, and she'll be available to talk with you. It only takes a moment. And it's worth such a wonderful opportunity. So please, come by and take a look. We also have next Saturday, December 17th at 5 p.m., there will be a Hanukkah party here in Daniels Hall, and all are welcome to attend. The next day, on December 18th, we'll be stuffing 18 stockings for our Ukrainian friends next door. So you're invited to bring yummy goodies and small fun gifts for this stocking stuffer event that will take place after the service. In addition, we do have all of our normal weekly events and meetings here on the right. And that's about it for the announcements. Thank you. Yes? I'm sorry, I did have to mention the coffee, which is normally available out here in the courtyard, is now available near the front office in the lobby here in the office here. So please, if you'd like to, you can just follow through the hallway here, and you'll be able to find some coffee and available after the service. All right.
Michael Conley says, "It's only a wonderful world if you make it that way. There are no street signs pointing to Paradise Road. Let us go from this place, making our world a wonderful world. Let us go from this place, looking at the world with eyes of wonder. Let us go from this place with awe and astonishment, not sadness and indifference. Let us go from this place finding wonder wherever we can, just like babies do. Finding wonder with family, friends, in nature, and during holiday celebrations. Let's go from this place together in peace. Namaste." Thank you.
Let us go out and all do our part. Let us go out, bring joy to each heart. Let us go out with indifference destroyed. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out and all do our part. Let us go out, bring joy to each heart. Let us go out with indifference destroyed. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out with joy. Service is over. Let our service continue.